Okay, so if I understood this correctly, then the solution would be this process where I have basically the action that gets the data from the database, a scripting action, JavaScript in this case, that models the data in the desired output, and then the JSON mapper action that extracts the data from the JavaScript output and puts it in a custom response variable that I then configure as a custom response for the process, so you get it directly on the output of the process when you run the process synchronous, right? Now let's dive deep into those actions. I simulated the connection to the database by using custom-made select just to give me standard data in order not to make the structures in my own database. So it's very simple select. I put the output of the select in this variable, which is a list of JSON. Then in the JavaScript action, I created a function that basically models the data and puts it in your desired output, namely this one. Okay, so as you can see here, and by the way I did it is quite straightforward. I actually took advantage of ChatGPT just to showcase how easy it is for anybody to use ChatGPT just to create code for the JavaScript action. Just check this out. The only thing I did two things for the code that ChatGPT outputted was to replace the actual data with the value that comes out of the database action, database query action, and then instead of console log, I put here the set output. That's it. So you could use it yourself in order to create code if you are not familiar with JavaScript or Python. Good. So this action outputs the result on this variable JS out. This is the name I gave it. It's a JSON type variable, and then I extract from the JS out the result and put it in the custom response. So let's run it and see what's happening. And as you can see, now the custom response is basically of the same type that you want. Now, the reason for which I chose JavaScript and not map process data is because in your example, the actions attribute, it's an array of information, and it was easier for me to do it with JavaScript. You can do it without JavaScript, using for each action in PROCESIO. But if you do not require this to be an array, or if it is an array with only one item in that array, then you could use the map process data. And I will show it in a second how you can do that. I will continue this process and I'm going to use the map process data, but I'm going to only take one item, and that's why it's easier to use map process data when it's only one item. So I will take it from the DB out. I will take the first item, which is item index 0. It's a 0 index array, and I'm going to put it in let's call it DB out 0. It's going to be a JSON, and then I'm going to use the map process data to create the custom response that I want. Now I will create a new variable, custom response new, let's call it like this, of type JSON again, and I'm going to map in order to enlarge any control area. Just click inside that control and type the key escape, and escape is going to enlarge the editing area for anything. Cool. So let's model this. So our intention is to have this structure, paste this in here, and instead of having this information, just control and the control I key combination will pop up the variable selector, and I'm going to choose the db out 0, and this should basically, sorry, I hope, no, it's not correct. I will do it again, 1 second, because I missed some items. Okay, so I should insert it here. Okay, and that's it. Cool. So for this reason, because this is an array, you can do it with map process data if you want to add multiple items in this array, but you would also need to use the for each action for this. It's going to be a bit trickier to do it with map process data. That's why I chose it with JavaScript. But if it's only one element, this is how you do it. Let's see this running. Save, run, check instance. And now you have the custom response, which was the previous one. And this is the custom response new, which is basically the same result, but only with the first element from the database. I hope that this helps you, and looking forward to see what you build with this.